decided to look up a magnetic gear torque converter, alright? So I get this out of it. Number of low speed poles, 12. Number of segments, 8. Gear ratio, 3.0. Number of high speed poles, 4. Alright, so that coincides with this a lot. Now check this out. Alright, so 12 low speed poles. That's the perceivable dimensions. Okay, that's what we can actually perceive. Space has infinite dimensions, but we can perceive 12 of them if we look at it properly. Okay, 8 segments. That's the Higgs field. 3.0 gear ratio, Trinity, pi square. 4 high speed poles, cubic area of space. Golden ratio the gear ratio is 1.6. We'll get to that in a second. That's the golden ratio. All right, now look, the cubic area of space. Okay, see, literally, you know, like the Borg cube and all, it's all the square, the cube, the infamous cube. Okay, square in the circle, you know, that's the cubic area of space. All right, but it's bicubic, so there's a y and an x. Okay, y and x factors. Technically, they're axis. They're not factors yet. They are factors, but they're the axis of space. There's 2. It's bicubic. All right. So you have a cubic area of space, the bicubic Higgs field, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you have the 8 points there, and then it's got 12 sides. Okay, so you have 8 points and 12 sides. So that's the Higgs fields, or the perceivable dimensions. Okay, so that's the area of space where occurrence is going to happen, where a universe is going to happen, where the golden ratio will occur that creates a universe. All right. And that's from the y and x factor, all right? Okay, so the gear ratio here is 3.0. That's the Trinity, the pi square, okay? So the 3.0, that's protons, neutrons, and electrons, all right? All right, now look, gear ratio up to 1.6. Okay, so I look up the 1.61 golden ratio, all right? See, this is what we know, all right? This is what science sees, all of this. They don't understand why, okay? And it's ironic. Science explains how, philosophy explains why, and I put why because it explains the why factor. The Holy Father or the nuclear energy, the why, okay? And that's where we get why. I mean, philosophy explains why. And the why that becomes everything is literally the male energy of the universe, nuclear energy. It all becomes a universe, literally. The energy from the Higgs field, or the cubic area of space, the ratio with this in it, everything that we know, we don't even see how it all goes together. We have all of the stuff we need to understand why we have a universe. We see all the stuff that explains how, but we don't understand why. And that's what I'm trying to help people with. I mean, it's the philosophy of it. Literally, philosophy and science can be merged through the why, literally the why. And in our science, we have the y and x, okay? But it all comes from y, because y goes through beta, and that becomes the x. So it just seems weird that magnetic torque converters and, you know, electromagnetic fields and electric stuff that we use, all of the stuff coincides with this philosophy so well, you know. It just seems weird.